So we think when we take things, we make things and put them into landfills or incinerators, we do something for the environment. We protect the environment because we don't leave it in the environment. We call it environmental protection when we destroy a little less. The government says, please protect the environment, don't use your car that often. That would be the same if you would say, please protect your child, don't beat your child that often. You don't protect your child when you beat your child only 3 times instead of 5 times. You just destroy a little less. And for less bad, you have too many people on this planet. And in that logic, it doesn't help us to minimize our footprint because we are optimizing just the existing systems. So what we do with this, we don't really help the environment. And Sweden was the pioneer in this field of environmental technique. So Sweden was the first country which was burning all the municipal waste in the world. Because you protect the environment, because you call it waste to energy. Even you lose 92% of all the energy in paper, and 1 kilogram of paper has as much energy in it as 1 kilogram of steel. Yet you lose 92% of the energy when you burn it, compared to recycling. But they call it waste to energy. When you need to make it new, you take so much more energy extra. So we generate all these terms like thermal recycling, etc. Sure, like Steph was pointing it out, and he left the room because he's always crying when he sees his picture. So somehow he doesn't want to show it to you. So when you see this, you really feel somehow, how can we do this? We put 12 million tons of plastic into the oceans every year. The areas in the Pacific where the plastic concentration is up to 80 times bigger than plankton concentration. The average is about 7 to 9 times more plastic than plankton. So these little turtles here, I saw some former colleagues of Greenpeace here, which I really like, because I have been working with Greenpeace for pretty long. We have been trying to save turtles and whales and seals, but there are far more whales and seals and turtles being killed by plastic than by anything else. This little turtle grabs a plastic bag because it thinks it's a jellyfish, but it's a plastic bag. And so the whole animal becomes a big stomach and becomes all plastic waste, and then these animals die. So how can we, in former times, there's Håkan, for example, here from Greenpeace originally, how can we do this? And so we feel bad. So Copenhagen wants to be carbon neutral in 2025. That means they don't want to exist anymore. In 2025, you can be only carbon neutral when you don't exist. It's the only way. Just by thinking you're not carbon neutral. But even you are existing already, so you cannot be carbon neutral because you're already here. Even if you would shoot yourself right now, you would have emissions, and you cannot be carbon neutral. So what was, I was in Copenhagen, like a lot of you, I see some faces as well from there, and they let the Israeli president Shimon Peres stand in the dark and cold for 4 hours. Can you imagine? Because an 86-year-old man standing in the dark and cold for 4 hours because the whole conference room was blocked because people were so angry about the situation. But it was wrong from the design, from the beginning. That's why I'm talking about first, what is the right thing? What is the right design? And not to optimize the existing. If it's minus 10 degrees Celsius, how can you talk about greenhouse effect? Everybody thinks, couldn't be a little warmer? And somehow I'm very happy about this greenhouse effect because, look, I'm getting older and I thought that all these heat waves would be a part of my menopause. No, it's not. It's a greenhouse effect, isn't it great? So if we would have put this conference into Johannesburg, where it was plus 50 degrees Celsius at the same time, we just turned off the air conditioning for 3 hours, they would have signed everything. So it was just the wrong design from the beginning. You cannot put this conference in the dark and cold and then talk about greenhouse effect. Sure, what you see, companies like Toyota, doing big advertising, 0 emissions, just all 0 emissions. Yeah? But this tree doesn't have zero emissions. This tree makes oxygen. Yeah? This tree means the air, yeah? Not zero emission. This tree makes soil. Just coming back on Copenhagen, 2/3 of all the carbon is in topsoil, not in oil, not in coal. Yeah? The European Union is now doing a lot of ecologism. They pretend to do something. They keep us busy. Like socialism was never social. Now we are facing a period of ecologism where they keep people busy. Yeah? And pretend to do something. To give you a little example where everybody can understand it. Yeah? We are subsidizing the burning of wood as renewable energy. Yeah? You get 10 cents a kilowatt hour, for example, in the Netherlands when you burn wood as renewable energy and make electricity out of it. But it makes 30 times more jobs to first make furniture, and then make particle boards, and then make paper, and then to burn it at the end. Yeah. But you subsidize the burning at the beginning, so everybody who uses wood needs to compete with the energy price. How sick. The European Union is importing 2 million tons of palm oil from Indonesia. Yeah. 1 hectare of palm oil plantation has about 60 tons of carbon in it. 1 hectare of rainforest in Indonesia has about 7,000 tons of carbon in it. Yeah. We make biodiesel. 2 million tons of palm oil we make into biodiesel. Yeah. The European Union is subsidizing the burning of wheat as renewable energy. Yeah. There are a lot of these activities to keep people busy. We sit on the Titanic and we are bailing out the water. Instead of with a teaspoon, we take a tablespoon and say, it goes in the right direction. Isn't it great? Yeah. Yeah. But with that, we only destroy the planet even more. Yeah. So, how can you make Toyota zero emission? Sure, they do everything to become zero somehow right now, but that's really not what we want. So, and then we have our big heroes, yeah, Al Gore. No goal is more crucial for healing the global environment than stabilizing human population. Yeah. In Israel, we say, when you save 1 person's life, you save the earth. Yeah. This message is clear. The more you kill, the better. Yeah. Sure, so we need to give, for mass murder, we need to give an award, because there's nothing more crucial for healing the global environment. That means you look at a child and said, it would be better you would not exist. Okay? When you question the existence of somebody, we see this in Israel as well, yeah? Then people always become greedy. And when you say it's better you're not here, and you say, oh, somebody else might eat my lunch, so people become greedy and grab all the stuff, because somebody else might take it. And as well, when you question the existence of people, they always are unfriendly, because they want to exist. Yeah? Amazing. So it was Al Gore in Kyoto who destroyed the Kyoto Treaty. Yeah? So I was in Kyoto in '94, and he said, we can't do this to our industry. Yeah? So we can, yes, the Greenpeace people here as well. Yeah? So Al Gore was the one who destroyed the Kyoto Treaty. Because he says, you see it in his film, Inconvenient Truths, that the greenhouse effect is an ethical problem. Yeah? And as soon as you're in power, you cannot think about ethics. It's clear. Yeah? Like Obama said, oh yes, I get the Peace Nobel Prize, but I now cannot be ethical. Yeah? Because I need to make war in Iraq and wherever. Yeah? So when you make it an ethical thing, you will not solve it. Because ethics always disappears when you need it. Yeah? Yeah. Maybe for Mother Teresa it's different, but for normal people, ethics always disappears. Think about you being in a traffic jam. Yeah? You think about, for example, we were in a traffic jam and we just made a little bus tour, yeah, with our car. Completely unethical. But look, we would have been later another 15 minutes, and so we need to do this little shortcut. So, yeah, somehow. Did we really need to do so? The question is, when you make an ethical thing, yeah, it's not there when you need it. So that's why Al Gore forgot about ethics when he was in power. Yeah. Okay, you can say positively, we gained it with this film, Inconvenient Truths, we gained back about 5 years, because he generated awareness. But his film says, I knew it in kindergarten about the greenhouse effect. Yeah. Isn't it amazing that you forget it when you're in power? And so don't make it an ethical thing, because Yet it doesn't work. Make it a quality thing.